Good morning, student. Today we are going to learn second chapter of economics, that is people as resource. In this chapter we will learn importance of people in a country, how human resource or human capital can be formed, and what are the advantages of having a more educated or a healthier population in a country. These are what we are going to learn in the chapter. So let's begin with this. Who are people? People are those men and women live in a country, and these people has been engaged in various economic activities. So what is economic activities? Any activity which earn income is known as economic activity, and people perform various economic activities, and these economic activities have been classified into three main sectors, and that are primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. So let's know first about the primary sector. Primary sector or activities are those activities which directly utilize the natural environment. So we have agriculture, forestry, animal husbandry, fishing, poultry farming, and quarrying. These are activities included in the primary sector. And next, we have occupational structure, and here we have primary sector. Again, you have a definition of primary sector. It's a sector of the economy that directly use the natural resources, and these include agriculture, forestry, fishing, and mining. And this also included agriculture, allied activities, mining, and quarrying. And you have some pictures of this primary sector activities. And next, we have secondary activities. Secondary activities are those activities done in industries and factories. So manufacturing is included in the secondary sector. Manufacturing means it's a process of making valuable and more usable goods. Then tertiary activities. These include, before I start the activities, let me define first. Tertiary activities are those activities which provide services, and these include trade, transport, communication, banking, education, health, services, insurance. These are all included in the tertiary activities. And after we have idea about this three sector of economic activities, next we have to know again or remember again these three sector, what are included in the primary sector, what are included in the secondary sector, what are included in the tertiary sector. So you can remember with the help of this chart. And then next we have relationship between these three sector of economy: primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. Primary sector, agriculturalist grows crops. So an agriculturalist grows peaches, and then that peaches is processed in the secondary sector, and that is sale in the tertiary sector. So these three are interlinked with each other, and tertiary provides services to the other two sectors. And this tertiary includes transport, marketing, banking, power, telecommunication, etc. So this one is helping other two sectors of the economy to develop more. That means primary and secondary sector need tertiary sector for the development. Next, we have the topic quality of population. Quality of population is mentally determined by literacy rate and health of the population. Literacy and health of the population are asset for the country. So let's see this. Quality of population depend on literacy rate, health of the person. Health of the person is indicated by life expectancy. That means how long a person can live. If people is healthy, then that persons can live for a longer period of time. That is what we know as life expectancy. So health is indicated by the life expectancy of the people, and skill formation acquired by the people of the country. So that's why we are saying this people are the asset of the country. If people are literate, healthy and skillful, then they can make progress of the country. So they are the asset of the country. So the quality of the population ultimately decides the growth rate of the country. If the quality of the population of a country is high, then growth rate of the country will also be high. And quality is low, if people are not much literate and not much healthy, then they cannot make much progress of the country. So this means that quality of the population determine the development or the progress of the country. Illiterate and unhealthy population are a liability for the economy. So literate and healthy population are an asset. So quality is very important for a country to develop. Next, we have to know in detail about health. Health of a person helps him to realize his potential and the ability to fight illness. If people are healthy, then they can fight with illness, and they are not healthy, they can be easily affected by any disease, and they cannot utilize their skill and potential properly. So only when the people are healthy, then they can contribute or they can utilize their skill. An unhealthy person becomes a liability for an organization indeed. Health is an indispensable basis for realizing one's well-being. If we want to live, happily in society, and then healthy, we need to be healthy. When we are healthy, then we can do everything in a better way. If people are not healthy, how can they get education? How can they develop their skill? So being healthy is very much needed. Improvement of the health status of the population has been the priority of the country. That's why every government of a country given priority to the improvement of the health status of the population. Our national policy too aims at improving the accessibility of healthcare, family welfare, nutritional services with a special focus on underprivileged segment of population. So, country's government have been trying very hard to improve this health condition. They are trying to give facilities of health to everyone so that people can remain healthy and contribute to the country's development. Then, next we have is education. So, what is education? Education is what to say. First, you have education is a process of learning for acquisition of knowledge. Okay, education is a process of learning for acquisition of knowledge. It is an important input for growth of a person. It opens new horizon for people, provided new aspiration and develop values of life. So educated people contributes the growth of society also. It enhances the national income, cultural richness, and increases the efficiency of governance. So see how important is this education. Then human being is a positive asset and a precious national resource. Human being is a precious national resource. Why? Because other resources are utilized properly when countries, peoples are skillful and this one skillful and healthy. So, if we compare the other natural resource with the human resource, which one is more important? Human resource is more important. If people are not skillful to utilize other resources, then other resources are not going to be useful. Other resources become useful only when the people are skillful and they know how to utilize the other resources. So, it is very much necessary to nurture the people and develop these people with tenderness and care, coupled with some dynamism. So, each individual growth present a different range of problems and requirements. So, the catalytic action of education in this complex and dynamic growth process need to be planned. We need to plant education in a proper way, okay, and educated, executed with great sensitivity. So, we need proper planning is very much needed. The next topic that we have is unemployment. What is unemployment? It is a phenomenon that occurs when a person want to work or want to do some work but unable to find work. That phenomenon or that condition is what we know as unemployment. So you know what is unemployment? Then unemployment is liability to the nation. It leads to wastage to manpower resources. Then we have types of unemployment. Two types of unemployment is there. One is this seasonal unemployment. Okay, we have two types of unemployment: urban unemployment, rural unemployment. First, we'll discuss the rural unemployment. And this rural unemployment has two types: seasonal unemployment and the disguised unemployment. In seasonal unemployment, we have to know what is this seasonal unemployment. In case of seasonal unemployment, people are not able to find jobs during some months of the year. That means people are not having work throughout the year. Some month of the year they have work and other remaining months they don't have work. Generally in agriculture, this kind of problem is visible. In agriculture sector, some seasonal food grains are produced. After that, field remain empty. Then they don't have work. So the farmer are employed only in some particular season, and other remaining season they don't have work. So this is what we know as seasonal unemployment. Then we have the second type of real unemployment, that is disguised unemployment. When people when more people are engaged in some activity than the number of persons required for that. This is called disguised unemployment. For example, see, an agricultural field requires three laborers, but people engaged in this activity is six. Then this unemployment for three labor is we call this guy's unemployment. These three people appeared employed, but In the real sense, they are not employed. Actually, field need only 3, but 6 are working. So this is disguised unemployment. Then next we have to talk about the our urban employment also. In urban areas, unemployment can be seen. Educated unemployment are seen in urban areas, and most of the time nowadays we find many graduate and postgraduate people don't find work, so number of unemployment is increasing. So with this I would like to conclude people as resource. So in conclusion, what I can say here is people as resource, it is the way of referring to a country's workforce in terms of existing skill and abilities. So, people as resource means this is a way of referring to a country's workforce in terms of existing skill and abilities. So, with this, I will end here. So, thank you all.